The fans are crying bloody tears. Leave it to them to crack that whip. Also, there's no gunner's heaven like a rapid reload. This and more with games you should check out. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Games You Should Check Out. I'm your host, Xander Skullion, and right here is where I talk about some games that you guys should be playing. But there's also going to be a segment at the very end called 1 Minute Crunch, where we have viewers like you submit a 1 minute or less recommendation on a game you should check out. So let's go. Released in 2015 for the Nintendo Wii U, Fast Racing Neo is a futuristic archaic racer. Fans of the genre will notice a similar style it has to games like F-Zero or even Wipeout. But Fast Racing Neo does a great job adding its own identity. With 16 tracks, players will have to develop fast reflexes with a pedigree of speed. As you progress, the AI becomes smarter, making every turn and corner too fast and furious for error. If you enjoy this title, I also recommend the sequel just released this year for the Nintendo Switch, Fast RMX. Castlevania The Licari Chronicles 2 is a fan-made game produced by the independent free game producer MIG, released in 2017. Taking place a couple years after the first event, we find our hero investigating the remains of ancient Rome from the Pope's orders. Licari Chronicles 2 has a heavy European influence and will have enough Easter eggs for fans to sink their fangs into. Unlike its predecessor, Licari Chronicles 2 focuses more on the Metroidvania style of gameplay and exploration, with elements of Vania 2 drizzled in for flavor. You have your day and night moments, adding a thrilling strategic exploration for different monsters and items. If you're a huge fan of the Vania series and hunger for more, have at you with this amazing fan-made game. Released in 1995 for the PlayStation 1, Treasure is back with some run and gun action, Gunstar Hero style, and this unique spiritual successor, Rapid Reload, also known as Gunner's Heaven in Japan. Now, seeing this game, it looks very inspired by Gunstar Heroes, but what makes Rapid Reload very unique is its point system. The points will be dropped after the player destroys enemies, and when the player collects enough of these items, the counter on the top screen will rise and eventually will count down. As the player collects more points, their shots from that weapon becomes extremely more powerful, and occasionally the player will find a booster item that will temporarily increase that player's weapon strength even more, creating just this annihilation on the screen. Unfortunately, the timer is unforgiving and the player will have a very short time using that booster item. The game has 6 stages, and during the stages there's 1 to maybe even 2 sub-bosses and 1 true boss. The game's not that long, but it's a very thrilling ride. And now it's that time for a 1 Minute Crunch.
What is up, guys? Jon The Retro Bro here, and here is my 1 Minute Crunch. If you love the Nintendo Entertainment System, then I'm sure you love playing brand new games for the NES. This is a brand new indie game. It is about a year old actually, but it's still a new game you probably haven't experienced. Do you even homebrew, bro? This is Haunted Halloween 1985 by Retrotainment Games. And you essentially play as Donnie Johnstown in this action platformer beat 'em up, and you're saving his town of Possum Hollow. I think it's Possum Hollow. You're saving the town from a zombie infestation. It's taken over everything from your friends to the vegetation. There's jack-o'-lanterns popping out of the ground. Do you even Halloween, bro? I love this game. I'm a huge Halloween sucker, man. This is just a great game to have. You can get it at Retrotainment Games. Brand new game. Support the small indie devs, and there actually is a second one, so check that one out as well. So that is my 1 Minute Crunch, guys. Haunted Halloween 1985. Do you even homebrew, bro? See you next time.
First off, I want to give a big thank you to Jon for submitting his 1 minute crunch, and I'll have a link to his channel down below on the description. And if you guys have a 1 minute crunch, be sure to submit it to xsgamingpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's xsgamingpodcast@gmail.com. And remember, you don't have to be in front of the camera. If it makes you nervous, you can just send an audio file. I'll gladly put gameplay in front of it. And most of all, I just want people to recommend games, and we can all just play all these kind of games. Games are meant to be played, not just put on a shelf. Speaking of games and playing, I did want to let you guys know that Castlevania Licari Chronicles 2 is a PC only game, but I'm going to have a link on the description below as well where you guys can download Part 1 and Part 2 for free, and you guys can play it with your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One controller. It's absolutely fantastic. If you guys have not played these games are right up there with some of my favorite Castlevanias. Well guys, this concludes another episode of Games You Should Check Out, and be sure to hit that bell. What do I mean by that? There's actually a bell right beside the subscriber button, and this will notify you when there's new episodes coming out or whenever I'm uploading whatever I'm uploading on this channel. Apparently YouTube's very broken, and even if you subscribe to someone, they may not even show up in your feed. Good job, YouTube. Good job. As always guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, hit that bell and happy gaming.
Can't get enough of XS Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.